Well, in his comments today, Chief Flynn talked about the pressure of politics on police work. Steve Shamraz live in the newsroom with some candid comments from the chief about the same issue from one of their last times that they spoke.
Yeah, Charles, I got to sit down with the chief last summer for a pretty lengthy interview, both on and off camera. He was reflective, talking about some of the challenges of doing police work in the city of Milwaukee. He said a department that's supposed to be shielded from politics is increasingly feeling pressure from the Common Council. And Flynn had some pointed words for the court system, which he says makes the work of his officers all the more difficult. Chief Flynn and I sat down in his conference room last August to talk about the lessons learned from the 2016 riots in Sherman Park. But as our conversation wrapped up, Flynn took a moment to vent some of his frustration. In the middle of a surge in stolen cars and carjackings, pressure was building on Flynn to do more. A problem the chief blamed on a court system he says puts criminals, even repeat offenders, back out on the street.
I can come forward with data and say, gosh, we just arrested somebody for the 4th time in a year for being in a stolen car. Yeah. Oh, well. So I don't know. There's no accountability except in the police department right now.
Flynn has repeatedly asked the courts in Milwaukee County to do more. Judges responded by saying defendants have rights and there's only so much the courts can do. Flynn said that creates super criminals, people who appear to beat the system time and again, people who continue to commit crimes and then rise up the ranks of Milwaukee's criminal element.
The rest of the system is not changing one whit except to not hold offenders, to do everything they can to not hold offenders. Their only lesson is, I'm a local hero and nothing happens to me. That's a critical issue right now.
As for the pressure from the Common Council, it recently tried to get the power to hire and fire police chiefs away from the civilians who make up the Fire and Police Commission. That would upend the way chiefs have been hired in Milwaukee for more than a century, putting even more politics into the work of being police in this city. Charles, Shannon.
All right, thank you.
Our digital team has put together the 4 most memorable moments from Chief Flynn's time in Milwaukee. You can see those by going to our website, tmj4.com.